The Bacardi story begins in Cuba. Facundo Bacardi Masso, a Catalan wine merchant, founded the company in Santiago de Cuba in 1862. He revolutionized rum by refining it with a proprietary yeast, charcoal filtration, and aging in white oak barrels to create a smoother spirit. The result was a light-bodied rum that became a symbol of Cuban sophistication. The bat logo, inspired by a colony in the distillery, became a mark of quality, instantly recognizable. Bacardi's brand was built on innovation and a deep connection to Cuban identity. Emilio Bacardi, Facundo's son, became a Cuban patriot, fighting for independence. Bacardi was more than a business. It was a symbol of Cuban resilience. The company flourished, especially during American Prohibition, when Cuba became a tourist haven. Bacardi rum was at the heart of this cocktail culture, featured in daiquiris and Cuba Libres. The company built a state-of-the-art distillery in Havana, becoming synonymous with Cuban hospitality. Bacardi's golden age was about to end abruptly. Its legacy would soon be tested by revolution and exile. The Bacardi name, once a symbol of Cuban pride, would become a rallying point for exiles. The family's journey from Cuba would shape the company's future in ways no one could have predicted. Bacardi's Cuban genesis set the stage for a global saga of resilience and reinvention. The bat would become a banner for survival, and Bacardi's roots in Cuba would forever define its identity. The Cuban Revolution of 1959 changed everything for Bacardi. Castro's regime seized all Bacardi assets in Cuba, declaring the family enemies of the state and forcing them into exile. The loss was not just financial, it was the theft of their identity and heritage. Bacardi's story became emblematic of the Cuban exile experience, loss, resilience, and a relentless quest for justice. Fortunately, the family had moved trademarks, their secret yeast and key assets abroad before the revolution. This foresight allowed Bacardi to continue producing rum in Mexico and Puerto Rico, retaining control of its name, logo, and recipe. Bacardi was wounded but not destroyed. It had the tools to rebuild. The company was no longer Cuban by geography, but by spirit, driven by a dual mission, to grow globally and to fight the Castro regime. This fight was personal, about vindicating their legacy and opposing the government that had taken everything. Bacardi's anti-Castro stance became central to its identity, fueling decades of political and legal battles. The exile experience transformed Bacardi into a company of Cuban exiles, not just a rum producer. Their determination to reclaim what was lost would define their future. Bacardi's struggle was about more than business. It was about family, justice, and the right to their own story. The revolution cast a long shadow, but Bacardi's resolve only grew stronger. The company's next battle would be over another iconic Cuban brand, Havana Club. Bacardi's war with the Cuban government was just beginning. The legacy of exile would shape every move they made from here on. The fight over the Havana Club trademark became a defining chapter in Bacardi's post-revolution story. The Arechabala family, creators of Havana Club, lost their brand to the Cuban government in 1960. Decades later, Cuba partnered with Pernod Ricard to market Havana Club globally, igniting a legal war. Bacardi bought the original recipe and rights from the exiled Arechabalas, launching its own Havana Club rum from Puerto Rico. Two companies, two rums, one name, each claiming authenticity. The battle raged in courts and trademark offices worldwide, with Bacardi arguing that Cuba's claim was based on theft. Pernod Ricard countered that the Arechabalas had let the U.S. trademark lapse. The dispute became a proxy for the larger U.S.-Cuba conflict, pitting property rights against revolutionary history. In the U.S., the embargo kept Cuban Havana Club off shelves, giving Bacardi a major advantage. Bacardi wanted to make this advantage permanent, taking the fight to Congress. The company's political influence would soon turn a commercial dispute into a legislative showdown. The Havana Club War was about more than rum. It was about history, justice, and the power to define Cuban heritage. Bacardi's determination to win this battle would reshape the spirits industry. The outcome would set a precedent for exiles fighting to reclaim what was lost. The rum wars were about to reach the halls of power in Washington. Bacardi's lobbying in Washington was relentless and strategic. Leveraging Cuban-American connections and millions in campaign contributions, they pushed for a law to protect their Havana Club claim. The result, Section 211 of the 1998 Omnibus Appropriations Act, known as the Bacardi Act. This law blocked U.S. courts from recognizing trademarks confiscated by the Cuban government, effectively locking out the Cuba-Pernod Ricard partnership. The Bacardi Act was a stunning victory, cementing the company's reputation as a political powerhouse. Internationally, the law was controversial, sparking a WTO complaint and ongoing trade friction. Despite the WTO ruling against it, Congress never repealed the law. Bacardi's success showed it could shape U.S. policy to protect its interests. The company's exile narrative and financial muscle proved a potent combination. Bacardi was no longer just a spirits producer, it was a political force. The Havana Club battle became a case study in corporate influence and the power of narrative. Bacardi's willingness to play hardball set it apart in the global spirits industry. The Bacardi Act remains a monument to the company's ability to fuse business, politics, and history. After exile, Bacardi restructured under Bacardi Limited in Bermuda, a move driven by business, not beaches. Bermuda's lack of corporate income tax gave Bacardi a huge financial edge, sheltering profits from higher tax countries. The company built a global web of subsidiaries, shifting profits through transfer pricing to minimize taxes. This legal but controversial strategy saved billions and fueled Bacardi's growth. Critics argue it deprives countries of tax revenue, but Bacardi sees it as prudent management. Offshore headquarters also provide stability and legal protection, crucial after the trauma of Cuban expropriation. Bermuda's British-based legal system offers security for Bacardi's assets. The company's offshore structure is a cornerstone of its global strategy. It enables Bacardi to compete as a multinational giant while remaining privately held. The move to Bermuda was about survival, efficiency, and control. Bacardi's transformation from exiled family business to global powerhouse hinged on these strategic decisions. The company's financial acumen is as important as its rum. Bacardi's ambitions grew beyond rum in the 1990s. The company set out to become a multi-category spirits powerhouse, acquiring premium brands across the industry. The 1993 purchase of Martini and Rossi gave Bacardi a strong European foothold. In 1998, acquiring Dewar's Scotch and Bombay Sapphire Gin propelled Bacardi into the top tier of global spirits. The 2004 acquisition of Grey Goose Vodka and the 2018 purchase of Patron Tequila signaled a commitment to luxury and diversification. Today, Bacardi owns over 200 brands, including Angel's Envy and Saint Germain. The company's transformation is profound, from Cuban rum specialist to global spirits empire. Strategic acquisitions have made Bacardi a major player, rivaling industry giants. The family's ability to adapt and evolve is at the heart of its success. Bacardi's portfolio now spans the world's most prestigious spirits. The company's reach and influence are unmatched among privately held firms. Bacardi's journey is a testament to vision, resilience, and bold strategy. Bacardi's image is all fun, freedom, and endless summer sunny ads, parties, and tropical escapes. The brand sells not just rum, but an aspirational lifestyle using its Cuban heritage for authenticity. But behind the facade is a tough, sophisticated corporation. Bacardi's aggressive legal and political tactics like the Havana Club War reveal a company focused on power and profit. The contrast between the party image and corporate reality is central to Bacardi's identity. The fun branding generates revenue funding the company's serious ambitions. The exile story frames Bacardi's tough tactics as a fight for justice, legitimizing its strategies. The duality is not a contradiction but a strategy, each side enabling the other. Bacardi's public persona distracts from its corporate muscle. The family's history of exile adds moral weight to its business moves. Bacardi is both a party brand and a corporate heavyweight. The company's success lies in balancing these two worlds. The party never stops, but neither does the business. Bacardi's largest rum distillery is in Catano, Puerto Rico, not Cuba or Bermuda. This facility is a major economic force but has faced environmental scrutiny. Rum production generates significant wastewater, leading to pollution concerns and legal actions. In 2003, Bacardi paid fines for violating the Clean Water Act. The company has since invested in wastewater treatment, but concerns about water use and pollution persist. The distillery's demand for fresh water strains Puerto Rico's resources, especially amid climate change. Critics argue Bacardi's operations threaten local water supplies. Bacardi highlights its sustainability initiatives, but scrutiny remains. The brand's image of tropical paradise clashes with industrial realities. Bacardi's environmental footprint is a reminder that behind the brand is a massive operation with real-world impacts. Bacardi's story is one of transformation from a Cuban family business to a global corporate fortress. Its Cuban origins remain central to its identity, but its reality is that of a sophisticated multinational. The journey from Santiago de Cuba to Bermuda is a testament to resilience and strategic vision. Bacardi survived revolution, rebuilt abroad, and waged a decades-long war for its legacy. The company's dual identity, party brand and corporate powerhouse, is the engine of its success. Bacardi's public image fuels its business ambitions, while its corporate core remains fiercely strategic. The company is a masterclass in brand management and global strategy. Privately held and family-controlled, Bacardi operates on a scale rivaling public giants. It sells fun, but is built on conflict and struggle. Bacardi's story is about legacy, exile, and the making of a modern global empire. The bat on its crest stands for survival, power, and the enduring spirit of a family that refused to be defeated.